Hello students, I am Suresh Jagtap, Junior College Teacher at Yashwantrao Chavan Institute of Science, Satara. First of all, I welcome all of you in Rayat Shikshan Samstha's Rayat Online School Education, the new project which has been started for the students of 12th standard. Students, till this date, we have learned three important topics from the prose section. Today, we are going to learn an important topic from our textbook 1.4 Big Data, Big Insights. The extract Big Data, Big Insights reveals how information and technology has changed the present scenario in a very systematic way. Human life is absolutely affected by big data. It has become a rapidly growing part of today's society. The whole extract is highlighted with 8 important revolutionary outcomes with valuable insights of human development. In the age of information technology, everyone should be aware of the importance of information shared, stored, and monitored. This extract is an informative extract where we are given that kind of information which will be helpful in our future activities. Before beginning the extract, let's begin with icebreakers. Some activities are given to you, and we have to answer all of these activities in short. Look at the first activity. Give business suggestions to the respective industry company for the following situation. One situation is given for us when we have received data that many passengers prefer morning flights between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. from Mumbai to Delhi. Now we have to give suggestion for this. One is done for us. Increase the number of flights between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. This may be the suggestion. Look at the second statement. Many students are opting for UPSC, MPSC exams. The suggestion for this may be publish more reference books for UPSC, MPSC exams and give priority to deserved candidates. Look at the next statement. Many people go for morning walk to Kamala Nehru Park. What may be the suggestion for this statement? Increase facilities in the park, start such more parks, charge adequate charges to maintain the quality of garden. The next statement is, many people buy clothes from miracle.com, an online shopping site. What may be the suggestion for this? Increase the variety of product and number of offers of miracle.com. Students, we get information from various sources. What kind of sources are these exactly? From where we get information? I have enlisted here some important sources of information. First is newspaper. We read newspaper daily. We get information of various subjects with the help of these newspapers. Dictionary is also helpful of getting information. We are always given new information through all of these dictionaries. Different encyclopedias are there on different subjects. These encyclopedias are written. Web search engines are there. It may be Google, Yahoo, Bing. Magazines and books are also the best sources of information. We buy something online and different online shopping sites are there. Flipkart is there, Amazon is there. We buy so many things and get information with the help of these online shopping sites. We observe television daily. While observing television, different activities are shown on TV and they can also become the best source of information. Websites are there. We visit any website, immediately we are given information about that particular website. Films are there on different themes. Films are made and they are also the best source of getting information. Pamphlets are there. Through advertisements, we are also given information. Students, what do you mean by big data? What does it mean exactly? It is very large sets of data that are produced by people using the internet. When we use internet, automatically this data is produced and that can be only stored. While using internet, our data is stored, understood and used with the help of special tools and methods. Then what is insight? The ability to have clear, deep and sometimes sudden understanding of a complicated problem or a situation and use of it for the welfare of society. Data which is stored, it is not given as it is. It is analyzed. And after analysis, one clear, deep understanding of that data is made and then it is used for the welfare of society. Students, we are living in the age of information technology. And there is no single field where this technology has not entered. While using this technology, when we are living with this technology, so many drastic changes are seen in our life. We can call it as it has brought a revolution in our lifestyle. When we compare our food habits, healthcare, traveling, scientific pursuits, in all these things, complete a revolution is seen when we compare our present things with the past. We can understand this reality that information technology has changed our life drastically. Friends, when we do some online activities, it may be sharing a post on Facebook, sending any comment with the help of WhatsApp, searching any website, purchasing something with the help of online shopping, or watching any video. When we do all of these activities, we have no idea about all these things. But when we do any kind of online activity, all of these activities are recorded. They are monitored. They are analyzed. And while making this kind of process, a huge data is collected. Now, what kind of huge data it may be? The data can be petabytes or it can be exabytes. We calculate our information with the help of your MB, megabyte, GB, gigabyte. And these are the units of calculating information. But this data which is available, this data is in huge number. Then what are the sources of getting this big data? From where this data is collected exactly? Which are its different sources? Different websites are there. With the help of these websites, big data is collected. Sales are there. Online shoppings are there. And with the help of these your sales, big data is also collected. Customer contact centers are there. Everywhere, these centers are there to solve the problems of their customers. 24 hours they are working, and because of this thing, huge data is collected, and this is also the source of big data. We are using social media. It may be Facebook, it may be WhatsApp, it may be Instagram, it may be Twitter. All of these medias are big sources of big data. Now we use mobile. Mobile has become an inseparable part of present generation. This mobile data is also the big source of our data. Now, what are the features of this big data? This big data has been increasing day by day. The data available to industries and companies is enormously increasing in. Which are the sectors in which way this data is increasing? It is increasing in volume. The size of data has been increasing daily. Variation. Definitely there is difference. No single type of data is available, but there is variation. There is velocity. With speed, this data is available. There is also veracity. Accuracy is there in that data provided to us. And the value or utility of that data is also not at all neglected by we people. Friends, big data is easy to obtain, but so massive, it challenges the computing technologies. The current technologies are challenged by this big data. And to understand this big data analytics is used to give insights. What does it mean exactly, big data analytics? Students, this is a complex process of examining large data to uncover information. The data available with us, on that data process is made, and then this data is used to understand hidden patterns. What kind of hidden patterns are there? These hidden patterns are understood with the help of this big data analytics. Unknown correlations. What kind of relationships are there between this and that? All of these correlations are also understood with the help of this process. Then market trends. What is exactly going on in market? What kind of needs are there of market, and what kind of new things should be added to this market trend? They are also understood with the help of this analytics. Then customer preferences. Customers are not of one choice. They have different preferences. And these preferences are also understood with the help of big analytics. When this data is available, it is not the amount of data that is important. Data is collected by everyone. All companies are making rivalry with each other for getting this big data. To getting this big data is not a problem. It is not the amount of data that is important, but what the organizations do with data is important. For what purpose this data is used, it is most important thing for we people to understand. There are 8 important uses of big data given in our textbook. But for this lecture only, we will learn first 4 things. Now, the First important use of this big data is location tracking. It is useful in identifying and tracking the exact location. We can understand or we can think of any particular place. We can understand the exact location with the help of big data. As you know, GPS, Global Positioning System, and Google Map we use while traveling. And these two use big data to give us information. It is useful in traffic management. We can manage traffic by using big data. We can give pre-intimations to people on which route there is traffic. Help us to locate accident-prone areas. It is also useful in understanding where are accident-prone areas, which road we should not go, and which road we should prefer while making our preparation for any kind of traveling. We can plan our travel route by using this your big data. We purchase something online. Now before this, there was no possibility of getting your particular product carefully. Now the things have totally changed. If you have ordered something, you can track the condition of goods, and it has helped logistic companies to reduce the risk in transport and improve speed and reliability. You have ordered something, you can check the position of your good with the help of your mobile, and big data is useful while understanding all these things. The second use of big data is understanding weather patterns. As you know, sensors and satellites, weather sensors and satellites are set up all over the globe. They are getting information 24 hours. A huge data is collected by all of these weather sensors and satellites. Now they help us to understand the weather and help in weather forecasting. They can give us intimation about weather and forecasting or weather forecasting. Now it helps us to understand the incoming natural calamities like floods, earthquakes, tsunami, etc. These your satellites or sensors help us to understand the incoming calamities. And while understanding all these incoming calamities, we can also do a better planning because it helps us to make planning to face all of these our problems. Now it is necessary to make preparations, or we can make preparations to combat them in advance. With big data, we can learn global warming and can predict available natural resources like water, petrol. These natural resources can be understood by using this big data, and it is useful for we people. The next important use of big data is healthcare industry. Students, nowadays we have become health conscious. We are taking precautions while living in our day-to-day life. Take the example of COVID-19 situation. In the pandemic situation, we have been using all of these things carefully. We are taking care of our health. We are not mixing in a crowd. We are wearing masks. We are taking all the precautions, or we are following all the guidelines which are given by our government. And this is a good thing for we people. Nowadays, there are smartwatches, health apps are there, and they collect data continuously. When data is collected, they are useful in detecting our heart rate, monitor the patient's sleep patterns, keep a record of their exercise. All these things are done with the help of these your gadgets. The analysis of data can give a new insight and provides a personal feedback to every person. Nowadays, these your gadgets are there. If you do any activity by using these gadgets, they give you a personal feedback. Now we have gadgets to monitor blood pressure, sugar at home. There is no need to go to hospital and check our blood pressure or sugar. We can check all these things at our home by using all of these devices. Now in hospitals, there is 24-hour service and 24 hours monitoring of patients, and everything is given to all of these people without having any kind of difficulty. Now, what kind of help is there to doctors of this big data? Doctors are now able to make the better diagnosis of their patients. Now, past records can be maintained and better analysis of the health can be obtained. Big data is useful in keeping past records and giving the better analysis of their health to the doctors. Now, pharmaceutical companies would pay huge amount to receive the health data of people to promote research. If you have to make a research, then data available to health industry is important. And different companies are paying for this. They want to get this data to make more research in this field. With the help of collected data, people are given suggestions and solutions for the problems.